Hello and welcome to another edition of the Michigan Conservative Roundtable. My name is Mac. I'll be your host for this episode. Going solo today. I'd like to talk to you about how black lies matter. Now, I didn't say lives, I said lies. Black lives, of course, matter because all lives, white lives, Asian lives, all lives of the unborn especially. So today we're going to talk about the lies they tell. I'll tell you what I feel about Black Lives Matter, what they are as an organization. They are a front for anarchy, Marxism, and black supremacy. And the reason they want to tear down statues and such and any reminders of white people in history is because they're planning on replacing them with something else. Probably other white people, like Stalin, and people like Fidel Castro and Hugo Chavez and their Marxist heroes. So one of the first lies they tell is that the very fact that Black Lives Matter. And I have to question that because since 1973, abortion has killed 19 million black babies. 19 million. Let that sink in for a moment. How many ancestors would those 19 million have had? It could be as many as 100 million people. So do 100 million black lives matter? Apparently not. Murders. Last weekend we had 106 people shot in Chicago. And if the numbers stay straight, it's going to be about 93% of them were shot by other black people. So do black lives matter? I have to wonder if they do. The people who sell drugs in the black community. These are black men and women who are selling drugs to black women and children, ruining their lives. Do those lives matter? I have to question that. The love of the gang life in the black culture. How cool it is to be in prison and have your pants hanging off your ass. And I've noticed for some time that prison culture is now in mainstream black culture, inner city culture is what I should say. And that, someone disrespects you like they do in prison, well, then you got to bust a cap in their ass or shoot up their house. I worked with a young man years ago who seemed like a straight up guy. I knew his mom. She was a straight shooter. His dad was a police officer, and he got involved in an argument over a stolen radio, and I don't know the particulars of who stole the radio or who was buying it or what, or someone was selling it. But the deal went sour, and he went to his buddy's house 45 minutes away, came back with an M1 rifle, shot up a car. Little beknownst to him that there was two children in the car actually, and one was killed and the other one was badly maimed. He shot him through his pancreas. I guess those lives didn't matter because someone was disrespected. Education is terrible. Don't care about those lives. Here's another lie they tell. The lie that the police are hunting black people. Now, there are approximately 44 million black people in the United States, comprising 13% of the population. 12 black people in 2 years get killed, and now they're hunting them like they were game. Does that make sense to you? If you just stop and think about that for a second, does that make any sense to you? Lie. Here's another lie. That George Floyd was some kind of hero. Now, George Floyd, I'm not going to say he was murdered because the officer hasn't had his trial yet and we're innocent until proven guilty, but it looks to me as though he were. Excessive force was used in causing his death. But they have a funeral that goes on for 3 days. They make him out to be some kind of a martyr and hero, when there are heroes in the black community, firemen, policemen, teachers. They don't get counted. It's only those who get killed by whites that are heroes. Another lie is when they talk about Michael Brown and the hands up, don't shoot. By now, everyone on earth should know that that was a lie. Michael Brown committed 2 felonies before he was killed by the police officer. He tried to disarm a police officer, and he had conducted, along with his buddy, a strong arm robbery. I suspect that he went around, because he was a very large man, that he went around pushing everybody around, and they all took it because they couldn't do much about it. And he finally met his match. Another lie that America's a racist country. It clearly is not. We elected a black man president not once, but twice. Black people by themselves can't elect anybody. A lot of white people voted for Barack Obama. I wasn't one of them, but that seems to be the case. So I would ask you this. Do you believe the lies of Black Lives Matter? Their name is phony. Their cause is phony. They're anarchists and they are Marxist. And they will ruin your life if you get in their way. They need to be stopped, and we're the ones that are going to have to stop them. And with that, I'll say, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.